but living here in the UK is really costly, very costly. So it's not enough. Yeah, I think that's one thing that they should understand.
Mga kudoks, in this video, I will be interviewing my wife who works as a nurse here in the NHS in the United Kingdom. Please watch till the end. Good day mga kudoks. So today, we're here in London and we just want to reflect on our journey so far here in the UK. So it's been more than 2 years now since we arrived here. So I will be having a short interview with my wife who works as a nurse here in the NHS. So I'm gonna ask her a few questions about her experience so far and her reflections working as a nurse here in the NHS. Are you happy with that? Okay, it will be easy questions. So I got this from ChatGPT, guys. So first question. What's one small thing you really enjoy about your day at work?
One small thing, interacting with the patients. I really love it, especially when I was in the ward before, where you really interact with your patients. I really love to ask them questions, how their life is here in the UK, just like that.
Good. Yeah, I also love interacting with the patients, but sometimes I don't know if you have that experience. Once they interact more with you, I sometimes lost track on what else to say. I run out of topics. Do you have that experience?
Maybe.
It's just sometimes, guys, you just run out of English or topics to relate. What is it?
Interact with the chaps, the men, and especially elderly men, you can really get a lot of lessons from them. So that's what I really wanted to be in a bay with men. This one, they're all of them are friends, and they will just tell you. They will tell you jokes. They will tell you everything about the UK.
Yeah, I think that's right. So I think most of the people here, especially older people, once they get the hang of it, or I mean they're comfortable with you, they interact with you more, right? Okay, so let's proceed with the second question, guys. Is there a word or phrase you've picked up at work that you never heard back home in the Philippines?
There's a lot.
Like what? Give me one or two examples of a phrase that you pick up at work that you've been using.
How you greeted each other good morning. They won't tell you good morning. They will just ask you, are you alright?
So how do you respond with that phrase, are you alright?
Yeah.
Are you supposed to explain how your day
Not really.
is?
You can just tell them, yeah, I'm good. Are you alright?
So sometimes it's not really.
It's not really. There's no really meaning to it. It's just they just want to say hi, hello, but they really don't want to know what's going on with you.
Okay, fine. So that's a great lesson, guys. So sometimes you're caught off guard that when someone asks you here on asking you, are you alright?
And even if when you say goodbye, they will tell you see you later, but you don't want to see each other later, or you're not seeing each other later. You're seeing each other tomorrow, next week, but they just use that phrase.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, I can relate to that. They always say see you later, but it's not really intentional for them to see you again later. Okay, good. So the third question is, what was the easiest part of your first year that surprised you?
Easiest part. The first year was
Something
easy.
that you didn't expect that will go smoothly.
I think my my transition from the ward to endoscopy. I never thought that I could transfer to a specialized area that easy. I didn't had any interviews. They just asked me if I want to transfer to endoscopy, and I grabbed it. I grabbed the opportunity, and I'm now very happy. I'm in endoscopy right now. Less stress.
still
That's it.
stressful, I think, but I think if you compare it
Yeah,
working as
it
a
is
nurse in the
stressful.
ward, I
Of
think.
course, all works are stressful,
Mhm.
but if you find it like if you put it in a good way, if your perception is good about it, then you'll never be stressed. It's like mindset.
It's the mindset, guys. I think I could relate with that. So when I first started working as a doctor here, I have a lot of like negative thoughts. If I could make it, if it will be hard. So I was thinking all of the bad things that might happen to me. But eventually, I get the hang of it. I'm familiarizing all the systems, the people. So everyone is really nice and supportive here. So I think my first impressions of working here in the NHS as a doctor and you as a nurse. I think my first impression really didn't last long, and eventually everything was smooth and okay. Good. Is that it? Okay. So, second to the last question. What's one thing you wish people understood better about being a nurse in the NHS? Like, you can share your insights and reflections on.
One thing that they don't understand about
Mhm.
being a nurse, they think that nurses here in the UK are paid that much.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, I know everywhere in the world there is understaffing, but at least some of the other countries are paid
Much
more,
better.
much more, or
Mhm.
much better than us.
Mhm.
Right? I'm not complaining because it's just your matter of how you spend the money.
Mhm.
But a lot of people, especially your families back home, our Filipino families back home, they think, oh, you're in the UK, that's pounds, and if you convert it into pesos, it's really big. And working in the NHS is not
Not really
not really,
luxurious.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're
But
just
but do you agree that even though we um, get paid here lower compared to other countries as a doctor and as a nurse, we could still save
save.
money,
Yeah.
right? So it doesn't. I think it doesn't really matter how much you earn as long as you know how to save and you know how to like invest somehow your money.
Yeah, my point is just that, oh, where are you now? Oh, I'm working in the UK.
Mhm.
Like, oh, wow, pounds. They think that it's really big, but it's not.
Mhm.
But of course, it's not the matter of how much you earn, but how
Mhm.
much you spend.
Yeah, correct. In context, guys, so 1 pound is equal to around 74 pesos in the Philippines. So the conversion is quite big compared to dollars. It's $1 is to 54 to
Because
55
I know a lot of
pesos.
people from the US or from Australia, they have much better pay than us, but they don't have savings.
Yeah. I mean, it depends.
So it really depends. Yeah.
Okay, last question. What little ritual helps you feel calm before or after your shift?
It's just not here in the UK. Like in all the hospitals I work, or in the Philippines, in American Samoa, I always pray before going to work. Now in my hospital now here in Exeter, there's a small chapel, so I pass by that chapel before I go to my unit. And I always pray, and I always ask the Lord to guide me and to protect me from any harm or for any mistakes. So because one mistake, your license will be gone and this will be over.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, guys. So I'm guilty not doing like a good ritual to help me calm before a shift. So I think prayers would really help you calm down. Of course, if you believe in God, the Lord will really help us, in every struggles, in every wins that we have. So He's always there to help us and to celebrate with us and to guide us in every step of our way. So that's it. So what's your final thoughts before we end this
Final
video?
thoughts about
Are you still encouraging people to come here in the UK? So I know you guys heard it from the news that there's some sort of like changes in immigration here. They're like freeze hiring international nurses and even doctors. I mean, it's not really freeze hiring. That like they're limiting doctors coming here, and I think for the nurses somehow it's like there's like a freeze hiring for international nurses because they're like prioritizing their citizens because there's a lot of people jobless here in the UK, and they wanted this bottleneck to be resolved first before they entertain international nurses. But what's your message for like newly hired nurses, international nurses who are still coming here in the UK? What's your
Just
message for them?
don't contain yourself into one dream. Yeah, the world is very big. There are lots of opportunities. It may be freeze here, but there are a lot of opportunities. Australia, yeah, New Zealand, America. So I think that's it. Just go on and always look at the good side of everything. Anywhere you are in the world, it's always greener on the other side. So just learn how to be contented.
Yeah, I agree, guys. So in regarding doctors, international doctors, so I think you guys know that there's a lot of people like overseas who are still jobless after they finish their PLAB exams, their Royal College exams. Most of them have their GMC registration, and some of them unfortunately are still jobless until now. It's because of this new immigration thing that has been happening, and the prioritization of this British graduate thing that has been happening here in the UK. So it's okay if you still plan to go to the UK. There's a lot of things that you could do. You could still pursue your UK dream. You could take a Royal College exams if you don't have one, if you just have PLABs. And the other thing that you could do is to do a clinical attachment here in the UK if you have funds to spend for your attachment. You could come here and do a clinical attachment if you want, and you could enhance yourself while you're still in your country. You could do residency training in a specific field so that it will be easier for you to come here in the UK, and it will also enhance your CV, of course, if you're more specialized rather than just having internship back home. So other thing that you could do if you already have your
This is all about me.
yeah, but I'm also sharing with fine, so I'm gonna finish this. If you're already done with your GMC exams, the other thing that you could do is to, like example for Australia, you could take the AMC one and you can use your PLABs. Then you could apply through the standard pathway, I think. And I think there are also some parts in the US who are accepting international medical graduates, so you could look onto that. And I think there's also a path for New Zealand, Canada. So keep your options open apart from the UK. If you're done with your exams, continue applying here in the UK. Then also look into other opportunities working in other countries. So that at least you have a lot of alternatives or options. Don't put your all of your effort in just one place here in the UK. Okay? So so that's it, guys. So the Tower of London is just over there. So it's a nice summer day.
Times already. We're just checking if it changed.
Yeah.
Still
So
nice.
London is
Still in
still
awe.
nice, even though it's quite chaotic at times. But London is still a nice place. Hopefully you could come
It's not
here.
that bad today.
Not much
It's not.
people.
Yeah, it's not very chaotic. It's not hot. It's not cold.
Yeah.
It's perfect. But we're
Okay.
going home in 3 hours. Just waiting for our train. We're just looking for a place to eat lunch.
Yes.
And then we'll go. It's working time again too.
Yes.
Bye.
So bye mga kodok. See you on our next vlog.